Hi, I'm Dominique Green, the maker from Soap Up Soaps, and today I'm going to make a fancy looking soap in two colors. I use gold, two types of gold mica, and yellow coloring for the clear soap, and I leave the white soap white and sprinkle some white mica powder, two different ones. And I will add aloe vera cucumber fragrance oil. Alright. I add the yellow color. This one will be the gold bottom. My idea is to make third of the transparent that will be gold base. I put a third on the bottom, let it sit so that it goes hard enough that it doesn't mix anymore with other soap that you pour on top. And when that is hard enough, I pour the rest of the gold with 2/3 of the white and let that sit, and then I pour the rest of the white on top. So that's the idea. I put a few drops of yellow color and add now two different kinds of gold. That's mica. Now the scent. This is aloe vera and cucumber. The temperature on the first layer doesn't matter because it's only one color anyway, so I pour in about 1/3 of what I have here now. This here is now the white base. I add some white mica so it will sparkle and look pretty. And the same scent also in the white. A bit more. Cool. What I already poured in, the first third, is pretty much set. It doesn't move anymore at all. So, put some alcohol first. I will now pour all of the rest of the gold in here on top. Keep just a little bit. Alright, now I pour the white on top. I poke a bit in. Done. Looks funky. Alright, I let it set overnight, and then tomorrow I take it up and cut it, and then we see what we have on the inside. Hi! It is about 24 hours after I made this gold and white soap here yesterday, and I unpack it now. which is the coolest part of, to me, for the whole soap making, because you see what you created. Let's have a look. All right. It looks very sparkly from the gold mica. That came out very, very great. Alright, it looks pretty cool. I now cut it because the outsides probably don't look much different to the inside. I don't cut off the edge, so I leave it as is. I cut in 2.5 centimeter pieces. I'm using a ruler and a standard kitchen knife, and I mark it. If you want to make sure that you cut very straight bars, you can now go with a, I don't know what this is in English, and do a 90-degree angle and draw the lines down with the knife. And then when you use the big knife to cut it, you get a 90-degree angle easier than if you just mark it as here. So I do that for this video. Alright. Now I cut it, and we'll see what came out. Okay. For cutting, I use a big kitchen knife. Doesn't have to be anything special, just make sure that this here is not the bread cutting knife, because you would get that structure in the bar, and you don't want that. So if you want a smooth, a clean cut, if you use a normal sharp kitchen knife, perfect. Alright. 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 Let's see how the other ones look. This is not a straight line anyway. Let's see how the other ones look like. Okay, this is straighter. It mixed way too much. I used way too much white. The idea was that it goes from gold, completely gold, to completely white as a fade. And that simply, I mean, clearly did not happen. I cut a third one, or I cut it from the other way, that 1 centimeter piece that I would keep for home anyway. And if the pattern stays like this through the whole loaf, this is not, to me, that's not pretty enough. If that's the case, the good thing about soap, if you don't like it, you can always either melt it completely, combine, melt it back, and you get a lighter white, which is not transparent anymore, because you have the white from this here. It looks the same, so I guess the whole loaf will be like that. Sucks, but happens. What I do now is I don't cut it in pieces. I will not sell this because I don't like it enough to, I don't think it looks good enough. So what I do with this one here, now I wrap it in plastic wrap. So it's airtight. You should not leave melt and pour, except the bar that you're using, but if you make a lot, you should wrap it in plastic. Otherwise it starts sweating on top, gets those water, it absorbs moisture, and if it's not airtight it goes bad, so you can't keep the soap for long. But if you wrap it, if it's sealed, then you can keep it and nothing happens. So what I do with this bar here is, now I pack it up, but when I use it next, I will either cut it off here, like all the way down, so I have one golden bar and keep that for gold when I need it later. I could, so when I cut this off, I could then go down here, and this main middle part here is probably almost all white, mixed with a bit of gold. But so you can keep this color, and then you can separate it here, keep this color, and this here. You can, if you have tools, you can scoop out with a melon scooper, you can scoop out half balls and keep it for decorating a different soap later. That's probably what I would do, because the soap, the pattern at the top, it's not ruined or anything, it's just not, it didn't come out the way I thought. So if you make a soap and it's a fail, like this one, so the design didn't work out the way you wanted, you can keep, you never have to throw soap away ever. Either you use it for yourself, or you just separate it in the colors you want as much as you can, like gold here, white here, and then you keep this part here, either for scooping out melon balls, or you can cut it in strips or in triangles, or you can go with a scraper and cut out fine spaghetti lines and then put that in the next soap. So even if you make a soap and you don't like the design, which in this case happened here, the more experience you have making soap, probably you won't make too many mistakes. This here is a learning mistake or progress. I don't think you ever make mistakes, you just learn. Alright, so this was a fail video, soap fail. Next one will be better. I see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.